start the podcast right now. I feel like that last toffee, I was like Mr. Creosote in Monty
You just
Python.
had a toffee before you do a podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most insane thing I've ever heard.
Yeah. Kind of gum my teeth up a bit.
Yeah, it will. It's toffee.
Yeah.
Groove.
Not a good move.
We're ready to go.
Yeah, it's rumbling.
Get your mouth breathing out before we start.
I've just gone lightheaded breathing like that.
Such an old man. Hello and welcome to the Cicada Lounge podcast. My name's Jordan Foster as always, and hanging out with me today is Jordan. Fucked it up.
Yes, it's not just us.
I'm Jordan.
I'm Jordan, me.
Tis I.
Hello and welcome to the Cicada Lounge podcast. My name's Jordan Foster, and joining me today is Jacob and Jack.
Hey.
Yeah, what's going on?
Closer to the microphone, please.
I'm so cozy. We've just had some Greek food. We've got the mead cast tonight.
Yeah, we do.
We've got some
The mead cast.
Speaking of
Cornish
which,
head
pour us some mead.
Yeah,
please.
let's get some of that mead in us.
some
Young
of the
Master
listeners
Jack.
involved.
Let's get medieval.
Let's do it.
We get a glug on it as well.
Go on then. In front of the
Oh,
mic.
I nearly poured it in with a glass upside down. There's no glug.
Oh, there
Right,
will
pass
be
that.
if you pour it right. I've got
Pass
to
your
pass
mead
it
to the
round.
left-hand side.
Pass it round.
Pass the
round.
mead to the left-hand side. Smells
Right,
wonderful.
where's mine? Give me mine.
Hey, you can
Give
have
me
the
mine.
brandy
I'll
I'll
glass.
have this one.
Okay.
Cool. Right. Are we going to taste it on when Jack's ready?
Have a little sip.
All right, give it a go.
God damn.
It is nice.
It's so cozy in this
It is,
studio.
isn't it?
With this
Oh.
nice little mead. And we're Jordan and I arrived today at the
In
studio
cloaks.
in shawls.
Yeah, I've got to say, I'm feeling very left out.
You look
Oh,
like an
sorry.
idiot,
I
mate,
feel like an
to
idiot.
be honest.
You two look so comfortable and Mexican.
It's the way. It's the way. I should have brought my jabule. I didn't. It's not even a jabul. Jabule? Jabul. It's like a
Jabule.
kaftan, but thick. And
Oh,
wool.
mate.
Ooh, wow.
So-
You mean the Jawa outfit?
Bit insensitive, mate.
What? It literally looks like what a Jawa wears. It's mad.
I'll give you that.
I love it.
It is good.
If anything, that adds to the cultural experience for me.
I don't know why I didn't wear that.
Yeah, it's pretty
Idiot.
mad.
That should be my winter
You could have
getup.
looked like
I
Dr.
think it should be.
Dr. Burlap sack.
Yeah.
Because
Suits you.
the rest of my face, skin, and anything else that's exposed to the elements is starting to deglove at this point.
And also, coincidentally, looks like a burlap sack.
That's it. It'll suit your whole
Quite.
hobo chic thing that you've got going on.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's an affectionate way to call me a vagrant.
A bum.
Yeah.
Vagrant.
All right, we'll go with that. Fine.
You're looking very vagrant-y today.
That's it.
I feel vagrant.
So, now that we've drank our mead,
Mm.
we will begin this episode. Nice. So, we are talking about a certain animal today, but I'm not going to let that slip until we get further down. So, we ready? We're ready to jump in?
I'm ready to jump in.
I want to know what the
jump in?
animal is.
The year is 1348, springtime, and in the busy port town of Melcombe Regis of Dorset County, the local townsfolk, peasantry and clergymen are going about their daily business.
I can hear that town. There's a
Can
little
you?
shipping bell. Transported there.
Transported.
Blacksmiths toiling over the forge, hammering hot iron into horseshoes. Priests and friars busy themselves with holy duties educating their flocks on the days of Sabbath, whilst seafaring merchants unloaded their goods and regaled the locals with stories of news from foreign lands. It all seemed as it should be, not a hair out of place. And yet...
Apart from Jacob's moustache.
Which is spectacular, by the way. I do like your moustache. He's been shitting on it since we got into the studio.
I also think it might be era appropriate.
What, you think moustaches were in?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Everyone
What,
in the
1348?
1348, moustaches were
in
popping.
1348 was a paedophile.
Yeah. I think, well, that's
incredible.
pretty well documented.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Oh, you look like Howard Moon with highlights.
Highlight moon.
Howard Moonchild.
Highlight Moon. Oh, beautiful.
Take us back.
All seemed as it should be, not a hair out of place. And yet, huddled around the comforting warmth of tavern hearths and packed shoulder to shoulder on cold church pews, there were whispers, frightened whispers. Whispers turned to open talk. Talk of a shadow worming and writhing its putrid tendrils west, inflicting an agonising feculent doom on any who encounter it. The pestilence.
Yeah, what's feculent? You're just going to have to repeat that word.
It's poo-poo.
Poo-poo. It's potpourri.
Like feces. Feculent.
Yeah, feculent.
Oh, yeah, fecal.
Trex,
Okay.
yeah.
That's it.
I'm seeing the...
I'm going to doff my cloak because I'm
Oh my God.
rather warm.
Right here, sir.
disrobing in my abode. Have you no shame, man?
I just want to say, that was an exquisite introduction,
Yeah.
sir.
Mate, I'm there.
Mm.
I'm in this fucking little town.
We're halfway through this intro.
All right,
Oh.
continue.
Yeah.
Please.
The pestilence. Tales and rumours of this affliction had reached the ear of the English many times in recent years. Some locals spoke of foreign ghosts called pester, haunting the back roads in the dead of night, spreading their foul curse. Others spoke of the pestilence spreading as fast as a man can run, and a few said that the pestilence can be caught by a sharp glance or a cruel word. But the recent sailors and traders that docked at Melcombe Regis had a look about them. A fidgeting, frightful expression was upon them, as if they were stalked by some unseen predator. Some of them daren't speak of what they had witnessed on the continent, lest they spread fear and hostility amongst the townsfolk. Some could not speak at all, clearly haunted into permanent silence at what was replaying in their mind. And on this occasion, a small few men that lurched into town in search of a strong ale and a warm hearth were visibly ill and were given a wide berth by any that noticed the incessant itching, coughing and moaning.
Oh, these little scabby fuckers.
Have they been working with Joe?
No one knows who Joe is.
No.
Apparently he's an itching, coughing, moaning prick.
That's about right.
Hey,
that covers it
okay,
in
that's
one.
it.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Yeah, there's context. He doesn't listen, so
No, that's good.
say what you want.
Bastard, really?
Mm,
Why?
piece of shit.
Jesus.
Because, and I quote verbatim,
Uh-huh.
he has to listen to us dickheads whenever he sees us, so why would he want it in his ears?
What a fucker.
I think that's fair.
I would have to agree with him. Mm.
Whatever. What they did not notice, however, was the dozens of rats that were making their way into people's homes from newly docked ships, spreading this great mortality. It is here where we find the subject of today's recording. Not the rat, nor the pestilence itself.
but
but
Jack Sutton.
Oh, that's not fair, is it?
bringer of doom.
I didn't think I could feel sad.
No,
in the
you just
shawl.
look like a hobo.
Right. I was just looking for a warm heart.
And a strong ale.
Oh, a strong ale.
You got mead there, so you're all good.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's strong enough.
But the flea.
The flea.
The flea! The flea, the harbinger of doom itself.
Imagine a flea on a tiny little trapeze.
I'm going to get to that.
Tiny little trapeze.
I'm going to get to it.
Cool. All right.
So the flea was the skipper of a ship, and he came into town.
I'm going to get to it.
Yeah. Then he learned how to
does?
backflip.
I'm going to get to it. But the flea, this tiny invertebrate, acted as a main vector for the bacteria now known as Yersinia pestis, also commonly known as the bubonic plague.
Dun, dun, dun.
Feeling all itchy all of
Yeah.
a sudden.
I feel a bit cold.
It is partly
Ow.
responsible. It is
Chills, man.
It is partly responsible for the deaths of a third of the European population after its introduction. That's an estimated 25 million people, all in all. But enough of that. Why don't we go take a look for ourselves, eh?
I don't want to.
Yeah, I think
No.
you should.
No,
Why did we go?
No,
Why do we always have to go back?
The
in
last
time?
Because we're in the Cicada Lounge.
No.
It's literally a portal to other dimensions and times
know.
and different animals.
I
the
know.
plague.
Yeah.
Why?
I'm not.
I've got antibiotics.
The last time I went to the 1300s, Eleanor got her fucking buboes out. I don't want to see that again.
No. Them
Got her
medieval
buboes
buboes,
out.
mate.
Yeah.
They should
She
stay
got
in
them
the
out,
past.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're all weeping.
Is that what you call them?
Yeah.
Oh, that's horrible.
They were
Well, I've
fiery
got-
biscuits.
I've got some fucking antibiotics for you.
Have you?
Cool.
We'll
Okay.
be
Nice.
fine. Yeah, just neck a couple of them before we get out the door, and we'll
I
be
don't
good.
think you understand
Right.
how antibiotics work, mate.
No, we do. Get it.
Right.
Get up. Yep, we're good. We're good. We've got modern
So-
medicine. We
Fine.
can
Hang
survive
on.
this.
So just to clarify, we're going back in time on purpose to see the plague.
to look at rats and fleas.
Okay.
Come on.
They're
Let's
carrying
go.
the plague.
Fine.
Let's
Come
go.
on.
Let's
Oh.
find out.
All
What do you
right.
get? Let's go. We'll make it work.
We're going to regret this.
Just keep your distance from anyone.
I knew I'd hate it here.
It's pretty good, isn't it? Yeah. It's a bit drizzly, to be fair. What do you think?
All the wheels ain't quite round.
They haven't mastered the wheels.
Sort of bums me out the most. Can you come back in time? All you want to see is a wheel.
Slightly not concentric wheels.
That's it. Right, so we're in Melcombe Regis.
I preferred it in the studio.
That's
Bognor Regis.
Melcombe
All right.
Regis.
Okay.
It's off the coast of Dorset. No, it's in Dorset County, sorry. Right, so we're going to head up this road. We're going to have a look at a tavern. We've got some little visitors, creepy crawlies up the way, so we're going to go, yeah?
Does the tavern have a name?
You can give it a name. I don't know the tavern name. What's the name of the tavern?
The Spangly Rump.
The spangly rump. What am I wearing, Jacob? Could you describe it for us?
He's wearing a Mexican shawl.
In the 1300s.
He's wearing
No,
a
you
slightly dirty Mexican shawl.
You didn't change.
What?
We just walked out the door. You haven't
I
changed.
thought when we transported here,
No.
it would automatically give us an
cic-
attire relevant to our time
No,
period.
the Cicada Lounge
We're
just
not gonna fit
transports
in.
you. It
Hang
doesn't
on,
do
yeah,
that.
to be fair,
You're
we
asking
are.
too much of the Cicada Lounge if it wants you to change your clothes.
They're going to fucking lose it when they see things printed on his arm sleeves.
They are half delirious with plague right now, so I don't think they're going
Half
to
of
give
them
a
have got
shit.
play guys. They're all right.
They got
guys.
play guys. Right,
Mixing ears and play guys.
right. Let's head up the way then.
All right, let's go.
Oh, excuse me, kind
No,
sir.
just keep walking.
Are you interested in perchance purchasing any eels today? I've got fresh eels from
no.
the sea.
Mate, no, not really. I'm sorry. I just don't want any eels.
You only get them in our coast, really.
They're not really. I'm sure they're lovely eels.
I'll be
They're
honest,
just-
mate. You're going to have to take 2, maybe 3 steps back. I'm not enjoying you being in my personal space right
Would you
now.
like some eels?
Yeah, right. No, we're good, mate. Let's just carry on. Don't get distracted by all the zombie people. Come on.
They're eels. I just want to go to the pub.
Hello. I've never really spoke to anyone like this before. I've never seen anyone wearing clothes like you've got.
Just beholding you
They're really nice.
is making me want to give myself cataract surgery.
You got any spare?
I can't
I don't really have clothes.
what's before me. Jordan,
See, I'm completely naked.
Jordan, please just cover him up.
I'm not going to go touch him, mate. Please, sir, get out of my eyes.
Get out of my eyes.
Do you like myself? I've made it out of the bubbles of the rat.
Jesus Christ, no.
It smells nice, especially when you stretch it. Could I interest you in £1/2?
Let's just go. Let's go. Tavern. Let's go. Keep walking. Stop looking at the locals.
Rats arseholes. What did the first guy have?
Eels.
Eels, apparently.
I don't know.
Eels?
I think the other guy's bell end fell off. I'm not sure what was going on over there.
These are bad
I'm
times.
still selling eels if you're interested.
Mate, I don't even know what the currency is here.
You know what? I've started to turn. I think the eels look quite good. Will you take 1 Jacob for 10 eels?
I'm not for sale.
Why won't anyone buy my eels?
Just keep walking. Yeah, he doesn't. We're not even in front of him. He's just blind.
Let's get out of here.
I wish I was back in the studio.
Die, my children. This is God's judgment made manifest. Repent for your sins, my children. Join us on the Sabbath. Repent for your sins, lest ye be struck down by the pestilence.
Right. So we've reached the end of this street, and as you can see here in front of us, in front of the tavern door, we can see these rats scuttling around. Now, essentially, the rats just acted as long-term carriers, and when the rat population died off, the fleas would disembark, and fleas can go without blood for weeks on end until they find a host, which is a bit menacing, to be fair. But here's some fairly interesting facts about fleas while we're observing all of this lovely, colourful behaviour. You know what? I sort of regret bringing us to the 1300s, you know? It's a bit grim, isn't it?
To be honest, it's better than Leicester on a Saturday night.
Yeah, but I've been on better holidays than this.
Yeah.
I think I'd rather go skeggy.
Have you taken your antibiotics yet?
Oh shit, were we supposed to take those?
Yeah, I'll take them now. Doesn't matter when, I suppose. If you can't help right now. So fleas can jump more than 150 times their body length.
That's bonkers. Isn't
That
it?
is bonkers.
When you think about
Yeah.
it. I
So
think
that-
Jacob can probably do a good 50.
I think so, yeah.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah.
I'm only little though, so
Well, fleas are littler. Yeah.
not by much. I've seen him in real life.
Well, it's
How
the
is that?
equivalent of us jumping over the Empire State Building.
Yeah, and how is that? Is it because of gravity and relative to their size, it has less effect on them, or
Well, here's an interesting fact for you.
here it comes?
Nobody knows.
Yes. Well, I know.
Fact in my
I'm the
ears.
only man in the world that knows.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Right now I am.
That's
It's
crazy.
the 1300s.
Until this comes
Oh,
out.
yeah. He had us for a minute.
So fleas, essentially, when they're aiming to jump, they crouch down and they compress all of their limbs into this tiny little nugget, almost like a super compressed sesame seed.
That's how I wake up every morning.
That is it. You are a nugget seed, and they fill their limbs with this protein called resilin. And resilin stores all of this potential energy, and then can release it all in one go. So this particular protein is just good for explosive energy, all in one go.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
pretty
So, and they before they head off, they tuck in their legs and they tuck in all of their limbs and arms, and they wiggle their head sometimes from side to side to judge where they're going. So if they see something that has potential value to them, i.e. blood source, they'll detect the breath, your carbon dioxide output, your body heat, and wiggle their heads to judge where the sun position is, and then fire off this protein in their limbs, and then catapult themselves 150 times their own length towards that source. And they're tumbling through the air. It's not like a nice frog leap.
They haven't got little goggles on.
No, they
them,
don't. And they're, not, and they're sort of aerodynamic, like little seed-looking things, but they literally tumble and backflip through the air until they eventually land on something.
What
And
if
they have these. Well, they're just finding another target. So another
Flying to the
interesting,
abyss.
another interesting fact about that is that they can do this amazing feat 30,000 times in a row without getting tired.
How?
It's just the nature of their biology. So,
So
30, they can do
they're
that amazing
way more
jump.
complex than I initially thought they
Yeah,
were.
yeah,
I thought they were.
daft little things.
Yeah.
So
they're ridiculous.
where are they getting this protein from? Is it like a special
Blood.
shop, or like do they order it online?
Yeah.
'Cause I've never seen anything like
Athletic
Well,
Greens.
it's the 1300s, right? Athletic Greens.
that. This podcast brought to you by Athletic Greens.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible. And then when they fly and tumble through the air, they have, if you've seen a close-up, like, microscope picture of a flea, they have all these spiky hairs pointing back. Because when they tumble through the air, they're going to want to hit something, and they might hit something on their back or their side, so they can't use their hooked limbs.
But they want to stick to it.
They do.
That's right.
These backward hairs, like, pretty much affix them straight into the hair, and they burrow straight in. And interestingly, fleas are the predecessors of a fly species. Their ancestors are flies, and they deliberately lost their wings so they could better burrow their way into animals, pretty much.
They don't go subdermal though, do they? Do they?
Well, there's this one particular species of flea
There had to be, didn't there?
called a tunga flea.
It already sounds bad.
It is pretty
I
bad.
don't want it.
Burrows into the
Is
top.
anyone else starting to itch?
So,
I'm itching.
I think I've got crabs though, so
oh right, well they don't actually burrow in, do they?
I don't know. We can find out if you want.
Let's get the magnifying glass.
So, tunga fleas, when they land on a prey item, normal fleas bite down and they burrow their head in and then just absorb blood flowing into their gullet. Tunga fleas, the females at least, are a little bit larger than your average flea. By the way, there's over 2,000 species of flea. They burrow their head in and then they work slowly their entire body under the subdermal layer of your skin.
Greedy pigs.
And then they sit there and eat and eat and eat and gorge themselves until their body is the size of a large pea. So you'll literally have this pustule underneath your skin that is incredibly painful and itchy, draining your blood, and is healed overneath.
And you don't know there's a flea underneath that.
Yeah, and there's a small opening hole on the top for oxygen, like some parasitic worms that get in your skin use as well.
Why would
So
they
they-
need to burrow completely under? So
what-
Well-
What a horrible little bastard.
It gets worse.
What a parasite.
It gets worse. So this female flea then deposits her eggs under the skin in some cases,
Why?
and then leaves,
hatch and
and the
they
larvae hatch inside you.
I'm
Yeah,
itching so much. Has there been any recorded incidents of this happening to humans?
yeah. This tongue flea,
That's its whole
there's
vibe,
loads.
man.
I've seen fucking loads of Google images of this horrible fucker.
This is
Really?
giving
Where's
me,
it native
it's giving
to?
me terrible flashbacks to the Mummy, where that
Scarab.
Oh, the
beetle goes-
scarabs.
No, thank
Love
you.
that scene.
Yeah,
all good.
that sucks. Scarab beetles. Luckily, that is completely fictional.
Yeah,
It's a myth.
It is a myth.
We made this one up.
The tongue flea is native to the West Indies, the Caribbean region, but is spread to Africa, India, Pakistan, and Latin America.
What is it on, like a gap year or something?
Yeah, a gap year.
Oh,
I'm
that's
on
right,
my gap year.
I was just laying eggs under people's skin, you know.
My name is Tonga.
Bags.
It's so gross. Speaking of skin itching, shall we head back to the Cicada Lounge and we'll finish this off there?
I think we probably should.
Yeah, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a door there. Open the door.
Now we're back in the studio.
Yes,
It's
nice and
fucking-
warm.
Thank God there's no plague around
Fucking
anymore.
hell, no,
I'm
it's-
not sure these antibiotics work properly.
And the time of the recording is the 8th of December. It's nice and cozy in here and it's bloody frigid outside. So
it's horribly
let's stay
frigid
here.
outside.
even though it was pretty much summer back then, that was bloody horrible.
So those
Yes.
Wasn't
those
keen.
fleas we were looking at.
Yes,
What
mate.
sort of fleas were they usually? Are we talking like the Oriental rat flea? Because I've heard that's the best at transmitting the plague.
You heard right, my friend.
Hey.
Look at you two with your laptops thinking you're all smart and bigger than me.
Yeah, well, if someone had brought a laptop, someone would know about the
Yeah.
Oriental rat flea.
That's it. The Oriental rat flea. as Jacob calls it.
Oriental rat flea.
Fucking hell, that's deafening.
That
Sometimes when
actually
I go
produced a vein in
medieval.
his forehead.
Didn't it?
Bro, I'm going to cough hysterically any second.
Did you take
Do
your
it.
antibiotics?
He's got a man's got a plague.
I think I'm plagued up.
Yes, the Oriental rat flea was the main vector in all of this. Pretty fucking horrific. And like one of the rumors that I was talking about that the plague could reach a mile, like as fast as a man could run. At its fastest, I believe, actually in the 1600s, the plague was moving at 2 miles a day.
That's madness.
That is madness.
How did all of Europe not die?
all of Europe did fucking die? About
but like
about
all
a
of
third of it.
Practically.
Well, it's because of the class system, the feudal system. So loads of different people were obviously segregated in by different classes. There was the peasantry, you had the nobles and the merchant classes and things like
So
that.
people were literally separated by
Yeah.
classes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like the merchants and the peasantry pretty much had the shittest end of it. There was a story when I was researching this. It didn't come into it too much. It was more plague orientated than flea. But there was this tale of I think it was like a spice or a wool ship that was making its way to Norway, and they through the wool they contracted the bubonic plague and they started spreading it around the crew. And by the time it got to Norwegian waters, just about, they all died. So this ghost ship carrying the plague and hundreds of plague rats landed on their shore.
No,
The government and local authorities went to the plague ship, this ghost ship. No, everyone's dead on it.
What a
And they
horrifying...
took the haul, and that's how the region in that particular area got the fucking plague.
Yeah, well, that's why you don't go pirating ships.
That's it.
Yeah.
You don't know what's on it.
Play stupid games.
Win stupid prizes.
That's
Win
it.
stupid prizes.
Yeah.
That's right.
It's a fucking ghost
to
plague
be fair,
ship.
though, imagine that.
Horrible.
Imagine that. It's like the thing, isn't it?
Today's
It
my
is,
lucky day.
yeah.
Look at all this wool I've got. Shame about the corpses.
And the
but
rats.
The wall's a bit itchy, mind, but I think we can use it.
The wall's moving.
Hjor Blorgensen, I think I'm allergic to the wool. I've come out in a rash. And the wolves are back.
There's wolves in this wall.
Is this wool? Could be.
Wool.
Imagine that. It wasn't actually the plague, it was just a load of wolves wrapped up in wool. You just open the ship and they all bit you. Awful.
Big fucking fleas.
Yeah, really big fleas.
Do you know a wolf has a special sort of protein in its hind leg?
Does it?
What?
It can jump
Are you the
150
only
times
man
its
on
size.
the planet that knows that right now?
And I'm the only man on the planet.
We're currently in the
Well,
sky.
that
Dead
one
now.
else.
We're all dead. We all died from the plague. So, Fleas,
Yes, mate.
I quite coincidentally, I have a anecdote about fleas
Oh, yes,
of
please.
recent times, and I'd like to spin you a yarn.
Go for it.
So we were defleeing our cat the other day, and turns out it had some little fleas. So we've done the house, we've done the cat,
Mhm.
we've done clothes, we've done everything. You know, we've bought all of the products. I mean, to be fair, we do actually give her the little neck drops every 4 weeks anyway,
Nice.
all the time, just to prevent it. But somehow she got them. I've never actually seen a flea until a week ago. So
Right.
when you said about this flea episode, I was like,
What,
oh,
ever?
great.
You've never seen a flea
Never
ever?
seen a
That's
flea.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Never seen a flea. It's because I'm clean and tidy, unlike you flea bags.
Well,
I think that's fair.
I don't own pets, and you've never seen a flea.
Never
you
seen
own,
a flea.
You've owned many cats.
No.
To be
I've
fair,
crushed many a flea.
Right.
they're
now,
hard to crush.
Now, this is
hard
my
to crush.
point.
Yeah.
This is my... Right, I'm adjusting the microphone
It's-
for
It's
this.
a 2-nail job.
It's
mate.
getting
Right,
energized.
it makes no fucking sense. So we were defleeing the cat,
Yeah.
and you'd get one off, and ping, his protein legs have sprung off or whatever.
I'm trying to catch him like
Protein.
Mr.
Yeah,
Miyagi.
there's no way you can see him. He's shaking his little... Yeah, I was just
Chopsticks
pinging
out.
them between chopsticks.
Oh no!
But we'd get one off, put it on a little tissue, and then you'd crush it with all of your might. I
Yeah.
swear to God, I
not
nearly
enough.
put a bone through my
not
thumb.
enough.
Yeah.
And they will not crush.
Yeah.
Even the nail,
Yeah.
like I was trying anything, folding it over, you'd open it and they'd just ping off. And you're like, I don't. How can they sustain such fucking pressure?
Or they have, like, when you come in, like, go into close-ups of fleas, their exoskeleton is layered like plate metal,
Right. Yeah.
like plate
Right.
armor. Whereas you've got a beetle that has, like, solid plates that just cover a certain area.
It's more like a Roman shield.
It is like Roman plate shield armor, pretty much.
Yeah.
So each layer of keratin, each layer of its armor, overlaps the next by a really significant amount. So, and it's also a very specific shape. It's like a sesame seed.
Okay, I'm taking all of that on board.
Yeah.
But if you have relative in size, let's run a hypothetical here,
Sure.
a man in a suit of steel armor. He
Yeah.
is now much harder than he was before.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now let's think of what would be me size compared to a flea. So an entire castle falls on top of him.
hmm
The armor doesn't matter.
It's relative to size, though, isn't
It's
it?
not
it
because
is.
Yeah.
It is because at that size, you've got far less molecular surface area to
Yeah.
exert pressure on the object. But not only that, its armor is made out of keratin. Imagine peeling a bit of your nail off and then trying to crush your nail. It would be impossible,
Mhm.
especially with something as soft as your nail. You're literally trying to crush its armor with your own armor on your nails.
such a good point.
Yeah.
It's like hardened steel against hardened steel, isn't it? It's not
Well,
going to scratch the
It's a
other.
rock and a hard place.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, I should say
It's not.
it's like chitin.
Soft and a soft place.
Yeah. It's like chitinous. Not keratinous, like chitin.
Like Karate Kid.
Yeah. Chitinous. But
Items.
yeah, that's pretty much
They're
it.
such fucking assholes. I
They
was
are.
just trying.
They're
I did-
extremophiles, I swear, aren't they?
I didn't even want to kill it because it's living.
Yeah.
That's nasty. But fuck that flea. I couldn't fucking believe I couldn't crush it. I felt so inferior. It was just frustrating.
They live to mug you off.
They literally do. How are you supposed to kill them?
Well, they're
boiling
designed
water?
that way. They're designed to be incredibly hardy.
2 spoons.
They're supposed to be incredibly hardy. They're parasitical.
Do they make that noise?
If you squash them hard enough.
Or when they jump, they make that noise.
Yeah.
So yeah, absolutely really, really tough little fuckers, pretty much. And their life cycle is absolutely fucking mad as well. We talked about that tongue of flea. Most fleas, they will lay a batch of eggs and the eggs don't necessarily stick together. So the eggs individually can just roll away into the carpet, into the pet's hair, into anything it needs to, right? Then it'll eventually hatch after laying an egg, sometimes as early as 1 day.
Really?
The eggs hatch.
Oh,
Like
chills
female
you.
flea will lay like 20 eggs or something like that. Every single one of them is hatched 24 hours later in certain species.
Don't
Now you got
it.
24 lumps.
Yep. And each one of those turns into a larval stage flea, which is like a worm, in which case it will eat its parents' blood poo.
Right.
Hot.
Oh, yeah. I'm
Yeah.
biting my lip.
I know.
Mm.
It's damn fine shit. But
I bet it is. Don't king shame the flea. Come
sorry,
on.
mate.
I mean, it's a bit incestuous, but
That's it. But it'll spin its own little cocoon, like made of sand and bits of debris around it.
And
Hang
blood
on.
poo.
Yeah, after eating loads of poo.
it makes its own cocoon out of sand. Where's it getting
Yeah,
sand
that's
from?
a good
Anything,
fucking
like
point.
dust.
Yeah, because I
Dust,
look at
sand.
Jordan to be the voice of reason on this podcast
Really?
and intelligence and facts.
Well,
Yeah,
He
that's
went,
fair.
it's burrowed in my skin, so it got its sand and its cement, and then it made mortar. It built this little brick house. And
And then the wolf come and it
wolf.
huffed and it puffed.
that's
And
right.
it
And I'm going,
couldn't blow it down.
yeah, and then what?
Flea wolves.
Thanks for picking up on that, because where did it get sand from?
So it can excrete all kinds of different proteins and drag bits of sand granules, bits of like pet hair and dirt and all kinds of different matter around itself, cocoons itself around itself with a protein, and then incubates only for a couple of days, maybe 2 days, 48 hours, something like that, and appear as a flea. And the process begins all over again.
Yeah, when
It's
the
a
tongue of
fucker.
flea's born, is it born under the skin and it stays under the skin, or does it fuck off out and then jump on someone else?
I think it fucks off out because it needs to be able to procreate itself and find a mate and reproduce and
How
things.
can they be so complex? I mean, is it all just like primal?
But that's why I wanted to actually do an episode on fleas a little bit, because they are
There seems
really
like there's a
extraordinary.
lot to them
Yeah,
for how small they are. Like you think of a tick, it just scurries about and has a nibble.
yeah,
Whereas a flea, it's got the legs,
yeah.
it's got the utility belt, it's
Yeah.
got the fucking the
Indestructibility.
grappling hook. Yeah, the indestructibility.
They're like the
little hairs.
the borrowers of the
They are,
insect
yeah,
world.
of the
Yeah.
parasites.
That's it. Parasites are interesting all the way
fucking,
through. So
itch again.
I've honestly been scratching way more this podcast
I
than I've
know.
ever scratched before.
here's a list of all the things fleas can give you, and it's like the list is really fucking long. So
Does
we'll
it start
ju-
with love and affection?
It does.
Presents?
It starts with tapeworms, so that's a part of love and
They
affection.
can give you
Okay.
tapeworms.
Yes, mate.
How?
Well, I'll let you know, shall I?
we've got one here for you to try.
Would you like it orally or rectally?
His name is Michael.
Should have invited a fucking flea on the podcast.
Just before we move
That's
on
it.
from the Tunga flea, where would be the worst place to get a Tunga flea?
Probably South America. in
No.
Amazon
I
rainforest.
mean on your body. So,
Oh,
A,
right.
eyelid, B, bum hole, or C, taint.
I think the worst.
Oh.
Oh, the taint would be.
Taint.
I was going to
The
say
taint.
I was going to say the little
Yeah,
flat
that's it.
spot above the bumhole.
Yeah, the taint.
Mm.
No, above the bumhole,
You've got a
Not-
flat spot.
not between. No, so you know where the cheeks are.
Betwixt the cheeks. Yeah.
Betwixt the cheeks. There's
Right.
we'll call it like the savannah of ass
Okay.
Savannah ass.
above the hole, and it's just like
What?
free real estate in it. I reckon a flea could get right in there, and it's such an annoying place. Imagine that.
Horribly itchy. Very
Like on the
painful.
tailbone, but like lower in the crack.
I'd say on.
What do you fucking mean?
You're really getting into that.
It'd be a horrible place. That was in my head. It was like the worst place. That was the first place I thought.
That's pretty bad.
Honestly, I think once we go off air, you're gonna have to show me which bit you mean.
I'll show you right now if you want.
Go on.
In fact,
that does
can I have some more meat, please?
In fact, I think
Me.
I've actually seen that bit of Jacob. It was an early morning at a fucking music festival.
Are you joking?
You've seen all of Jacob at that.
Thank you, mate.
And Jacob decided to come out.
Don't
of his
get
tent.
up.
How else am I going to do it?
What are you
don't
doing?
want to see it now.
Are you actually getting it
I
out?
don't want to fucking
Put
see
it away.
Okay,
No.
Oh yeah, that.
That's
no,
a
I
very
know what
soft
you mean.
bum.
That is. It is. Have you been veting?
You're doing squats.
No, it's hairy inside. The outside's fine.
Baby soft looking bum.
Yeah.
Well done. Cheers.
Anyway, so he came out of his tent arsehole first.
I did do that. It was a good time.
Why?
And we were all very hungover.
We woke up. It was at Reading Festival. I was waking up in the tent, and I could hear everyone outside moaning like, "Oh, I'm so hungover."
Right.
I woke up. I was a bit hungover, but I was feeling pretty sprightly.
Yeah.
So I dropped trail, spun round, unzipped the tent, and I just shouted out. I think I shouted to Joe, didn't I?
I think so, yeah.
I was like, Joe, you ever seen out like this before? And I just rolled out the tent backwards, spread cheek.
Oh, magic.
It was, and obviously there was some good stuff.
It was
Yeah,
like looking
yeah,
into
yeah.
the eye of Sauron.
Yeah.
Chocolate starfish in it.
At least it was the first day though.
That was on
I
the
don't
first
think
day.
I
Well,
could've-
second.
I
first
don't
night.
know that I could have handled
Second
that at
day.
the end of the weekend.
Brilliant.
Definitely fucking not.
Fucking hell, this is helping that me go down.
It was a sight to behold.
Shook us a bit.
So we're going to go with tapeworms first. Apparently,
Are these flea related?
flea related.
Ugh.
Flea-borne. Flea-borne.
Are they? What, all tapeworms?
No, not all tapeworms, just specific species.
Which one?
So I don't actually know. I'd have to find out the Latin for you. But yeah, pretty much tapeworms, they infect your gut and you can get them from fleas. They just pierce the epidermis of your skin and you can just develop tapeworms in your circulatory system and in your lungs and in your gut, pretty much.
I've always loved the idea of doing an episode on parasites. I don't
we
think...
should do a really comprehensive one on
No,
parasites.
we shouldn't, because I thought I could handle it and I'm just itching far too much.
Your whole next week of life is going to be pure paranoia of, I've got tapeworms, I've got fleas,
Yeah.
I've got scarab beetles.
I've got scarab
I've got
beetles.
scarab beetles.
Doctor, I think I've got scarab beetles.
I've got another one just for you.
I've got no punchline.
There's no way.
Well, pull yourself together then.
I've got another one just for you that's passed on by Fleas, and it is by Anteater Pest Control Incorporated.
What?
And it is, I can't pronounce it properly, it's Bartonellosis. That's how it's pronounced. Also,
Bartonellosis.
Bartonellosis, commonly called the cat scratch disease. So you can get it from your fucking cats.
Whereas if a Tonga flea burrows into the top of your ass,
Mm-hmm.
it's called an ass scratch disease.
I think that deserves a golfer clap.
That's well done.
Very good, very good.
Excellent potting. Or putting, whatever it's
Putting.
called.
Spoils a good walk.
So, verbatim, it says, Bartonellosis is commonly referred to as cat scratch disease or cat scratch fever because it was originally often caused by cat scratches.
So that's what cat scratch fever is.
Yeah.
I wonder where that came from.
If the cat's claws are infected with this bacteria, it can spread to humans. However, there's been some evidence that shows this disease can be spread directly from fleas to humans if the flea bites you.
What does it do to you?
It gives you this crazy fever and swelling.
Is that toxoplasmosis then?
No, I don't think it's not
the fuck is toxoplasmosis?
Toxoplasmosis is fucking horrible.
Interesting. So,
Yes, go. You know all about it, don't you?
yes. So,
You know all about it, don't you?
so I'm going to muddle through this like I'm literally in a trench up
Go.
to my knees in
Go.
shit.
Go.
Toxoplasmosis is a virus, bacteria that infects rats, and they, for some reason, are then drawn to cats. So they physically, I don't know whether it's a pheromone thing.
Sexually or
Yes,
literally
it is.
sexually.
Yeah.
So
So the rat's like, I'm gonna find me a cat to fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they get sexually driven by cat urine.
Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah, you're absolutely right. Toxoplasmosis is
Added a thing.
Well done.
It's
I
a,
was really impressed.
Also, really, really bad for pregnant women.
yeah.
That's why you got to be careful around cat shit because women can get. I suppose can men get it?
It can get really bad birth defects.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you get
really bad. Yeah, so deformities, all that kind of thing. It's really, really bad for
Yeah.
pregnant women.
yeah.
I'm
And
really
you
sorry
just
that happened
start
to you.
fucking cats.
Yeah,
Nuts.
but yeah, you're right. You have to be really careful around litter boxes, cat shit, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the whole life cycle is you got Toxoplasmosa eggs, which are apparently in the cat's feces, which then a rodent eats, i.e. mouse, rat, that kind of thing. It hijacks the nervous system, it seems like, of the rat or the mouse, and that makes it sexually driven towards cat urine. Then the cat kills the rat, eats it, ingests this organism, and then it shits it back out again. The cycle continues anew, pretty much. And it
It's fucking mad.
it's
isn't
horrible.
it?
That's
because
horrific.
because it pretty much hypnotizes the rat to kill itself. It can cause all kinds of horrible damage to a human if it's ingested.
I mean, what a fucking survival technique. You infect a host so that it becomes sexually attracted to its predator,
Yeah.
gets eaten by that predator, gets shat out,
Yeah.
and the cycle begins again.
That's it.
You know, when you thought that it was getting a bit fucking chilly outside and everything seems a bit bleak and there's inflation, just remember that there's a rat walking towards a cat right now that's about to be shat out.
With a hard on.
With a hard on.
Dragging its heavy balls behind it as it walks. You can tell when a rat's got toxoplasmosis because as it walks, there's two trenches behind it the whole way. His balls are so full, man.
Oh, dear. Jesus
Oh, dear.
Christ. But yeah. You can also get typhus from fleas as well, which is very famously really shit because you even had typhus outbreaks in concentration camps in World War II, on the battlefields, in the trenches, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anywhere where there's horrible hygiene and rats and fleas, you tend to get typhus.
So why do you not find fleas being on humans so much as animals? Is it because they don't have the fur to protect themselves? Oh, these
Because human fleas, which was a specific species, is rapidly going extinct. And that is only because
Veet.
of Veet.
This podcast brought to you by Veet. Keep the fleas away.
And
Maybe that's
Athletic
how
Greens.
Maybe that's how Jacob got rid of it.
That's it.
He's a smooth man.
That's actually why my ass is
Smooth
so
boy.
His mustache keeps twitching though, so maybe you should take that off too, just to be safe.
Howard Moon.
Fun fact, there's no mustache. It's just fleas.
Imagine. He's trained
I've
them
trained them
all
all to just sit there.
sit on his tiny, thin
Stay
upper
there.
lip.
Wow.
Speaking of trained fleas,
Unnecessary.
there was that, you heard the term flea circus.
Yeah.
It was a thing. Actually had fleas.
No, it didn't.
Yes, they did.
No,
Yeah,
it didn't.
in the
You
18
can't contain
18
the
and
flea.
the early 1900s, you used to get a flea and then used to use forceps or maybe even trap the flea within like a tangle of cotton wool and then get a gold thread because it's a bendy metal, and make a loop and close the loop gently around the flea's neck, and then you'd attach the flea to all kinds of different amusements, which its powerful legs with the powerful protein can kick it.
Do I feel bad for the flea?
I don't know. It's a fucking flea.
Yeah, but also,
it's
I want to
fairly
see it.
it's fairly cruel. Yeah, you had fleas on tight ropes. You'd had fleas dueling. So
No.
fencing
No
fleas.
one.
Fencing
Nobody
fleas.
in the history of people has ever tied a gold string around a flea's neck.
They
Here's
have.
the thing, though.
There are many videos on YouTube.
You know
about
what?
it.
No, I do
I-
believe it, because in some parts of Asia,
Yeah.
when a village is being buggered by giant hornets,
Yeah.
they'll get one hunter to tie a little bit of string and a bit of paper to one of the hornets
Right.
and one of the drones, and it'll fly back to its nest, and he follows a bit of paper and then just fucking bashes the thing to bits.
No
I didn't
way.
know this.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
mate,
What?
it's
What is
mad.
this?
That's all I've got.
That's genius.
Because
That's where that story ends.
It- Elaborate.
because in trademark fashion, half an anecdote.
Oh man,
That's
That was a
it.
good half of an anecdote.
that was
though.
sick. I never
Yeah.
knew that existed.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Where was
So-
that?
What paper? What has it got? A tracking device on it?
What? No.
No, they can see
Asia.
the paper.
Dude, the guy didn't even have trousers. His paper didn't have GPS. He just tied a bit of fucking string.
What? But he followed it with a drone, but he doesn't have a tracker.
No. The
The
drone
drone-
hornet,
the
as in
hornet
the
fly.
male
Right. I
hornet
see.
that was
Yeah.
going back to the nest.
I thought he
Is it a
tied a bit of
nest?
paper to it, and he could see the paper flying through the air, and he
No,
piloted
he's
a drone
genuinely
after it.
running through his fucking rainforest outside his village, fucking trying to follow this hornet.
So he runs after the
He
hornet.
runs after the hornet, and then they find the nest and just fuck it up.
How do they fuck it up? Well, he just leaps into it with one mega
Sticks,
fist.
Spears.
Yeah.
He throws his tom-tom
Spears?
at it.
Spears, yeah. It's not. It's
Throws
like
his
the,
top hat at it.
the return rate
It's a
on
tom-tom.
spear throws
Tom-tom.
isn't
GPM.
ideal.
Right.
Hand grenade.
It's a pretty dramatic way to kill
Sets up a
hornets.
bouncing bay underneath it. And then some cheese on top for a horny rat to come and eat.
They're actually still using Lancasters back over there. So
Are they?
Mm.
Are you joking?
Yes. yeah.
Oh, you said it was such a sincere face on. Mr.
The wasp
Half
that is the
anecdote.
villagers haven't got
Okay,
Lancasters
yeah.
yet. But no, that's the thing. Fuck knows how we got there. Anyway, fleas.
Oh, that's fucking cool, to be fair.
Just to go back to toxoplasmosis.
Yeah, man.
Wikipedia says you can get it from eating poorly cooked food.
You joking?
It says that.
Oh, no, I did hear that, actually. Yeah.
Was it right
Well,
now when Jacob said it?
Hang on. Up to,
Yeah. I think I've heard.
I
like-
think I heard it too, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's good.
You're going to want to hear this.
I think I've heard Joe Rogan say it as well.
Toxoplasmosis, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same thing as T. gondii?
Cut that.
Yeah, T. gondii. Right. Toxoplasmosis. The bacteria is called T. gondii.
Yeah.
Toxoplasma gondii. Up to half of the world's population is already infected by T. gondii but have no symptoms.
Wow. Half?
Half.
What? So it just uses us as like a host without letting us know.
Yeah. In the United States, approximately 11% of people have been registered as infected, while in some areas of the world, this is more than 60%.
Isn't there a theory that that's
Wow.
why we love cats so much as well?
Is that could be a theory, to be fair.
Google it.
No.
Serious?
Google it. I can't stop fucking mine. Like, I've tried to go cold turkey. I've tried patches. Nothing works.
Is it like catnip?
To be fair, I bet a cold turkey feels nothing like a warm cat.
It does
A warm
not.
pussy?
It's not funny anymore.
It's ruined it.
Yes, it is.
It's ruined it.
Just pet shaming. now,
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, I saw my opening and I fucking took it.
yeah. Are you proud of yourself? Give yourself a pat on the back, champ.
I don't know what I was just Googling. My brain was kind of an autopilot. And I Googled toxoplasmosis sexy cats.
Sexy cats.
Sexy cats. I'm getting real hot in this room.
Oh, it's fucking wham, but it's better than being out there, though.
Yeah. It is terribly frigid outside.
So, toxoplasmosis hit me.
That was about it. Just half the people in the world have it.
Brilliant. I thought we were finding out whether that's the reason we're
Oh yeah, I was Googling that. That's why I said
all
sexy
cat
cat.
lovers.
Toxoplasmosis is why human love cat. Question mark?
Fucking eloquent. Fucking hell.
It's like Yahoo questions, isn't it?
I love typing a question mark into Google as well. So it knows I'm asking a question.
Yes, yeah. Oh,
Does
beautiful.
toxoplasmosis make you like cats? This brought to you by bustle.com.
While Jacob's doing that, more fleas, please.
Well, Fleas, just a few quick fire facts then.
Ooh,
And then we'll go to Jacob's, then we'll go to something I'll end with. Fleas have been around for 165 million years. That's how long they've been eating and sucking blood. They've been
How do we know
sucking
that?
blood from dinosaurs.
You're telling
From
me
amber.
we've
Amber
found
resin.
Amber resin with
Fleas in them.
fleas in it.
Yeah.
I want
Does
as a
that mean,
necklace.
like
Mad, right?
Jurassic Park, we can make a giant flea
Yeah.
and it eats goats?
Fuck me. I thought you were going with something.
No.
You went right off trail.
Yeah. Right off the
I fucking hate
reservation.
your right turns. Fuck. Giant flea. I thought you were going to say something like you take the DNA out of the blood that's in the flea, but you went
I'd
with
love
giant
it.
flea.
I'd love to see a giant flea.
And it screams like a T-Rex. Starts trying to knock over Land Rovers with its head. Oh,
Mate, imagine a flea that size, how far it'd jump.
imagine.
Go into the stratosphere.
Wouldn't it? Straight into your fucking
Today,
gooch.
science created the world's biggest flea.
Do you think you go
and
interplanetary?
today, it hit the moon.
Imagine. Put a saddle on it.
Maybe,
How
oh
far could
my
you
God, maybe the future of space travel
Please.
isn't technological, it's biological. Imagine that.
Revive
Massive
the
flea with a fucking seat on the back like a...
It'd be mad,
The
wouldn't it?
G-force would rip you limb from limb. It'd just be a massive flea with a bloody stump on its back.
Literally like a fucking crayon. Like a meat crayon across the back of it.
Oh, my stomach.
We should do the maths on how fast that flea would move to scale.
Oh,
That'd be fucking mad.
So small,
Get on it.
Small flea, say what, 0.5 millimeter big?
Yeah.
Sorry.
0.5 millimetre big.
Jordan, no. I've just got to deconstruct that sentence on air. So, half flea, small, about millimetre big.
0.5 millimeter.
A 0.5 millimetre big, small flea.
Oh, fuck me.
Yeah. So I reckon what we're going to say, average size of a flea, 0.5 millimeter.
Yeah, but we've then got to consider the aerodynamics of something and the
No.
coefficient of drag
So-
based on
No,
its
no, no, no.
size.
We're going
It all
simple
changes.
maths.
We're going right. So utter fucking
We're
bollocks.
going simple
So
maths.
fleas, even though they're smaller than a sesame seed, can jump at 1.9 meters a second.
Okay, so times a flea by 1,000.
0.5 millimeter big times, what was that? 1.9 meters a second?
Yeah.
1.9 meters a second. We'll convert
This
to miles
maths
an
makes
hour.
no fucking
Nah,
sense.
it does.
No, it doesn't.
How big are we making this flea?
I think
10 meters tall?
no. Oh, it's got to be way bigger than that.
Yeah.
Wait,
10
are we
meters
talking?
tall is huge.
Are we
Big-
talking like
big as a-
saddle up or enough to be like
Saddle up. Big
interplanetary?
Jurassic Park.
Well, that's what I'm trying to figure out, whether 10
Jurassic
meters tall
fleas.
is big enough to be into
T-Rex flea. I can't believe we're doing this
Oh, okay.
fucking
Oh
math.
yeah, how
Yeah.
big is a
Yeah.
T-Rex?
How big is this
Yeah.
fucking
So
T-Rex?
we've got to.
What, 20
Yeah.
meters tall? No, 15. 15
So how
meters
many
tall.
fleas can you get into a T-Rex? So you've got to divide.
No.
No. You've got to divide T-Rex by flea. Then we find out.
Hang on.
No, listen.
So
no,
if you take
no,
Mark
make
Boland
this-
and you divide him by Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers,
That's right.
you get the doors?
A T-Rex is 6.1 meters tall.
Only, see, this is what I'm saying. You saying 10 meters is too small. T-Rex is only 6.1.
No, it's not.
Yes,
He's
it
just
is.
fucking
confirmed.
big. All right,
and we
fine.
know Jordan knows a few T-Rexes.
Okay, no, honestly. So 6.1 divided by how big's a flea?
I'm going to call it the Flea Rex.
A flea,
Oh,
half a
great.
mil, a millimeter. So
A millimeter. So 6.1 meters divided by 1 millimeter.
So, hang on. We've got 1.9 meters a second.
Yeah.
Let's convert that into a usable measure like miles an hour.
this is quality content.
1.9
Fucking
meters a
incredible,
second
right?
in mph.
Yeah.
Right. So that's 4.25 miles an hour.
Okay, right. Now divide your T-Rex by your flea.
No, surely we times
no,
we find.
No, listen.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
You see my train of thought here?
I'm
Okay.
with you.
So
So 6
0.1 meters divided by 1 millimeter,
meters divided by half a millimeter.
0.5 millimeter. Yeah, it's more flea for your buck, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More bang for your flea.
6.1 meters divided by 1.5 millimeters. Google did not know how to answer that question.
Okay, well, how many millimeters is there in a meter?
Well, I'll just
1,000
do-
millimeters in a meter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 6,000
6,100 millimeters.
I'd round it. Just round it down to make it easier
No,
to
we're going with
calculate.
6.1. It's accurate.
Yeah.
So 6,000.
We're not some fucking run-of-the-mill inaccurate podcast, are we, Jordan?
Sure.
divided by 0.5
This is real science.
is obviously going to be double that.
Yeah.
So it's only double.
What?
There's no way.
What do you mean? It's only double what? Now, how many fleas can you fit into a T-Rex? That's what we need to know.
Oh, it's 0.5 divided by 6,100.
Yeah. No, it'd be 6,100 divided by 0.5.
Yeah, which is just double because you're dividing by a decimal, so it's times.
Yeah, that's right. So what's that number, though?
12,200.
That doesn't seem like enough fleas.
It doesn't.
Doesn't. Jordan,
No, what?
do you want to weigh in on this? Does that
Because
seem like
we're
enough
doing the wrong
fleas?
thing. What we need to figure out is the scale percentage difference between 0.5 millimeters
Yeah.
and 6.1 meters.
Yes.
So we need to know how many times larger 6.1
Yeah.
meters is.
I
than
feel like this is a
0.5.
ratio problem,
Yeah,
and I
exactly.
don't remember ratios.
So 6,100.
I think Jordan's just put an ad out on Fiverr for new podcast
I'm trying.
co-hosts.
I'm trying.
6,100.
We're asking the real questions here.
How many? 0.5 mil.
So I've
Of
just-
course, it's just going to be double. I'm being thick.
Okay.
I've just
So
seen.
12,000
Hmm.
millimeters.
Yeah.
No, because we're not. This is where we're going wrong, gentlemen. We're doing it on height and not volume. What's the volume of a T-Rex?
Fuck
That's what we
knows.
need to know. Think about it. 6 tons divided by the mass of a flea.
So a grain of sand.
No, wait, I'm assuming it's 6 tons. How much does a T-Rex weigh?
Maybe 3 or 4.
3 or 4 tons. So it'd be 3 tons. How many 0.01 grams go into 3 tons?
Oh, some of the larger specimens of T-Rex can be 8 tons.
Specimens.
8 tons, double it.
Oh, hang on. 3,050. 0.5 times 6,100 is 3,050.
Yeah,
That's how many times larger a T-Rex is than a flea in height.
Okay, in height.
So if
Right.
we just take 3,050 and times
that
the
by
speed
the
of
speed.
a he,
Yeah.
Yeah.
a
What we
flea.
what we're talking
So
about.
the Flea Rex is moving at 3,050
But
times.
a flea can jump 120 times its own height, so that's all you got to do, isn't
Yeah,
it?
but I want to find out the velocity that this one would be traveling at,
Oh, okay.
which is a staggering 12,962.5 miles an hour
We did the fucking math. Well done.
Isn't that about Mach 5?
equals sped.
Imagine watching a flea sonic boom with a guy on his back just screaming.
That's way above sonic boom. That's like the speed that literally rocket ships fly at.
Oh, that's magic.
Yeah, it is.
It'd be
No.
ripped apart.
Because Artemis 1's peak speed was about 17,000 miles an hour.
That's a
So,
nice fact
yeah.
you just pulled out there without looking at a screen.
My head houses some weird facts.
That's my line.
Mm.
So if a flea can jump 120 times its own size,
120, yeah.
yeah, then a Flea Rex could theoretically jump 732 meters into the air.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And all
How
of it
high is
would go
that?
through the Earth's crust when it hit back.
Wait, so how high is that in miles?
In miles,
Oh.
732 meters.
Yeah.
Oh.
Not a mile. It's not even a kilometre.
I know, this doesn't make sense. It'd be way more than that.
Yeah, but it does it super fast.
How fast?
12,000
miles.
miles, nearly 13,000 miles an hour.
Shit.
It would do it at light speed.
You could use that as
Hang
a
on.
reconnaissance plane, couldn't you?
What is light speed? 26,000 miles an hour? Oh, the speed of light in miles per hour is 6.702 times 10 to the power of 8 miles an hour. I'm not going to lie, I never really understood the power of maths.
Boys,
The power of
I think we're
times
moving
by
pretty
itself,
far
isn't it?
away from fleas.
Well, are we though?
Are we?
Are we?
Because full circle, I'll be honest, I can't bring this one back to ground. So, Jordan, take it away, please.
You
Take it away from it. Take the fucking laptop off him. That's why I don't have one.
Stop doing maths.
Look at him. He looks like he's got toxoplasmosis.
No, with that mustache doesn't help.
Fucking doesn't.
God, it lights up, doesn't it? When it's backlit.
It glows. Okay, so
Yeah.
light is pretty fast. A traveller moving at the speed of light would circumnavigate the equator approximately 7.5 times in 1 second.
Right. That's pretty quick.
Mad.
It's a little bit faster than 12,000 miles an hour.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Little bit,
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad we got to the bottom of that.
Yeah, I am. That was a journey.
Yeah. Well, to end.
What? No,
To-
don't end it there.
to
Just out of
end-
interest, is this where
Where you envisaged it going.
your podcast ending up?
No.
Flea Rexes.
Flea Rex.
The Flea Rex.
There we go. There's
Yeah.
the fucking title.
Flea Rex.
Flea Rex.
Perfect.
Flea
I'll be
Rex
honest.
and the Plague.
That is going to take a lot of editing, that segment.
I think.
I think we could make
An
that
awful
funny
lot.
though.
Will work.
Right.
Yeah. This.
More quick fire flea facts, please.
No, we're going to end it on this.
What? One?
We're going to end it. You want one?
Please, just one.
Just one more, please.
See, you said the Tunga flea earlier.
Yes, mate.
Is that the same as the Jigger or Chigo flea?
Yes, it is.
Okay, cool. I've written that down.
Did you?
I just didn't write the name Tunga down, so I
Right.
didn't know. I didn't know it was the same thing.
That's the one.
Clever boy.
So.
I rated it.
So I said there's
heard that.
over 2,000 flea species in the world earlier.
Yeah.
And the natural history.
We're going to name them all one by one.
How many just in
Sit
this room?
tight.
Quality content. The Natural History Museum, this is Flea's mind, has 260,000 flea specimens.
What?
So Jordan told us at the top of the episode that there was 2,000 species of fleas, but somehow the Natural History Museum just in London has managed to amass 260,000 types.
They've got 200.
Meaning that they've started inventing fleas in London. Nobody knows why yet, but they're fucking doing it.
A guy in London going, "How about one with a yellow racing stripe?" Do it.
Has science gone too far?
Oh my
2 racing stripes.
That's just fucking nonsense.
It is fucking daft.
So there's 260,000.
flea specimens.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So you're not species.
No.
They've probably got like
Right.
260 of each
It's
species.
Why fucking bother?
Yeah, exactly.
Why? Surely one flea of one species is exactly the fucking same as the next flea of that
You'd think that,
species.
wouldn't you? The Natural History Museum apparently doesn't
No.
agree.
What poor fucker went catching them?
I know. Yeah.
The flea catcher.
The flea man. The flea
No
Rex.
way it's not called flea bag at work.
Flea bag.
Has to be.
Another fact is that entire reproductive process that I was talking about earlier, all of that can be condensed into 21 days. So a flea can find a host, feed, deposit its eggs wherever it likes. The eggs hatch. The hatchlings feed on parent blood poo, cocoon themselves,
Oh, God,
Become
give me
a-
some of this.
become a real flea, and then piss off and find another mate all in the space of 21 days.
How many
And-
fleas are on Earth?
I don't fucking know. How many fleas are on Earth?
Oh,
What a ridiculous question.
if we got all the fleas on Earth in one place
God.
and then placed a really big carpet on top of them,
How many T-Rexes can fit under the carpet?
I was going to say, would we be able to fly around like on a magic carpet?
Oh, yeah, that's a fucking good idea.
Innit? They're all bouncy fleas, isn't it? Imagine them all bouncing together.
Each flea, this is real
You
stuff.
need a lot of blood, though.
Each flea, female flea in its lifetime can produce 2,000 eggs. Yeah.
There's lots of fleas. Google
Yes.
how many fleas
Hang
there
on,
are.
hang on, hang on. So if
me.
wait, hold up. So if
Thought you wanted to be back.
Back?
Yeah.
I am
I
back.
keep trying to end this fucking podcast. You keep
hold up,
saying stupid
Because
shit.
we're doing a fucking episode on fleas. I want to learn about fleas.
if blue whales eat 36 fleas in a month period. And
Not
the
this
fleas
again.
are also multi-cross species. How many fleas are in the ocean? And does a squid shit in the woods?
Thank you.
These are real questions.
That wasn't my fault. That was a very in-depth research paper. Oh,
I just got the joke.
did you?
Yeah.
Good.
What
Thanks.
do you
I'm
mean?
glad you paid
Yeah,
attention.
I
So you were
just
just
got it.
you were just laughing out of pity before that.
Yeah.
Thanks, mate.
Fucking drone.
Oh, somebody's tied some paper to my leg. Quick, back to the nest. I'd also like to put in a correction here. It's not a nest, is it? It's a hive.
Mm.
Yeah.
I feel
hive.
like an idiot.
Well, you should.
I want to end the podcast now.
No.
And
More
I'm going to
flea
end
facts.
the podcast on one more flea thing.
Go on then.
So the Natural History Museum, amongst their vast collection
It's
of
run by a flea in a petticoat. Welcome, one and all.
Speaking of petticoats.
The
Bollocks,
Fleluminati.
speaking of bollocks, speaking of petticoats. No.
There are 6 different specimens of these flea dioramas in which these fleas have been harvested by some very
Bored man.
flea enthusiast.
A lonely flea enthusiast.
That's it, who has arranged these dead fleas into dioramas in little matchboxes.
Holy shit.
There's a man walking a flea dog. There is a flea
That's
bride and groom.
That's Flea Squatch.
With a
Look at him. He looks
petticoat.
like Sasquatch as
It's
a flea.
fucking flea.
What has to
Why
happen
is
to you
there
in
a
your
bride and
life
groom?
for that to become
I
your
think
life?
it's head
In a
injuries.
3-piece
Jesus
coat. Yeah.
Christ.
And the Natural History Museum has a few of these. Apparently, they were all the rave in Mexico in the early 1900s.
Wow.
There was literally
Nothing
nothing
to do.
The power of a trend.
Oh, beautiful.
That's mad.
As well as the
crazy.
flea
Everyone
circus,
go
yeah.
and Google flea circuses and
I
what are
kinda
they
want one
called?
of them.
Flea dioramas.
Oh, I
dressed fleas.
Dressed fleas.
Yeah.
They're
and,
kind of fucking mad.
and they are now a collector's item and they're worth an astonishing amount of money, it seems.
Really.
That fucked
Yeah.
my dreams, didn't it?
Yeah.
I was going to go get myself one. Not now.
You would really have one of those, wouldn't you?
Just
Genuine. Yeah, I feel like that's an interesting thing. Imagine that was just on the side at home. And someone's like, the fuck is that?
Well, you can look,
Fleas, mate.
just look through Jack's hair and make your own.
That is true. All I've got to do is shake a bit and you can have some if you
That's
want.
horrible.
Just
You've
shake
been
'em off.
itching all episode.
Yeah,
to be
only
fair.
because it's psychosomatic. It's because we're talking
After
about
telling us
fucking
about
fleas.
your flea eradication
I
escapade
basically
over the past week.
fumigated
Yeah.
the gaff.
And to be fair, we did go back to the 1300s, so you're probably infested with fleas now.
Yeah.
And you fumigated this gaff when you arrived.
Look.
Your guts, man, are horrible.
Your intestines are made entirely out of cheese. Swiss cheese intestines. Jack almost threw up then. Just so you,
Yes,
so you weren't listening. he looks like he might die now.
No.
It's the plague!
He's still going.
It's the plague!
I'll tell you what just happened. I just got mead down the wrong hole, coughed, and it went up the back of my nose. And my fuck, it burnt.
Oh, beauty.
My eyes are watering.
Thank you for listening to the Cicada Lounge podcast.
Remember to check us out on Instagram at the Cicada Lounge Podcast and on Twitter at Cicada Lounge.
We've been your most excellent hosts,
Jordan Foster.
Jack Sutton.
And Jacob Welsh.
If you want to get in touch or have any stories to share,
You can speak to our
Hive Mind
directly at the Cicada Lounge Podcast at gmail.com.
the Cicada Lounge podcast at gmail.com.
Bye. Please subscribe.